All right, everyone, how about 3 cards and a bottom card with me? I thought we'd pull this. I'm going to fly outside the soulmate cycle probably sometime soon, do a singles read, just because the soulmate cycle is what it is right now on a high level. There's a lot of indication of people coming out of the cold and all that kind of stuff. Well, I got 5 of Pentacles here staring at you, but we're going to talk about a very unique energy here that's kind of starting to come in. And it's been here before, but it's starting to make a comeback. So let's get to it. Let's just pull on this energy, right? It's here. I asked the universe, what do you want to say, right? So let's see. You know it's going to be more than 3 cards because I clarify, and there's a pre-shuffle. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. And that's very true. That's very true, you know. It's timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Let's talk about this pre-shuffle. And I've been smelling this energy. Someone asked me once, you always talk about, you know, people quitting addictions and things like that as examples and stuff. And they get, a couple of people get snippy about it. Yeah, I do. If you can't draw I can't point everything out. Sometimes I talk in analogies and things like that. You got to be able to think on multiple levels in some way, but I always try to explain it. I'm going to explain it right now because it's here. It's the energy. Everything is energy, right? The energy of addiction. Okay? And I'm going to point out, I'm going to make my point very clear. And we're not going to talk about drugs, alcohol, anything like that. Just the energy of addiction. I've got 5 pentacles here. Someone leaving themselves out in the cold. Underneath it, I've got the Knight of Cups, the Sun, a Sword of Truth, right? Archangel Michael energy, truth through healing through truth, and justice. Okay? And underneath that, 4 wands. Again, all of the evidence suggests, let's just look at it this way. All the evidence suggests somebody should do something here, right? You make them happy. The environmental energy crossing this says go. Go, motherfucker. Go. Right? The truth energy is there. Yep, they get it. It makes sense. It would make them happy. Okay, yeah. And right here is the energy provided for a stable new beginning. Somebody here in this energy sitting in the cold. Let's talk about the energy of addiction. Why do people leave themselves out in the cold? These runners seem to almost get a perverse joy out of it. Why? Because of the energy of addiction. We don't get addicted. Unfortunately, the energy of addiction is a devil type energy. It's mild, actually. It actually really is. But it's a devil type energy. It's negative energy, and it feeds itself. We don't get addicted to things that are good for us. We don't. And some might argue, oh, I could hear it now. What about exercising, Steve? People get addicted to exercising. Yeah, they do. And it's bad for them. People who are addicted to exercise, if you get addicted to it, you get high off the endorphins from it, and it becomes this, you become crazy, you know, just this crazy workout person, right? It leads to vanity, right? You start looking in the mirror and checking everything and all that kind of stuff. It can also lead to health problems. I don't know a single person that works out what I would call too much, that isn't in the damn emergency room or in surgery for their knee or for something else, you know? So the people that never go to surgery for things like that are people that never work out, or the ones that don't get too batshit crazy with it. We don't get addicted to good things. We get addicted to sugar on the food side. We don't really get addicted to broccoli. Okay? You just don't. You may realize it's good for you and you're doing it and and convince yourself that you love that and it's terrific, it tastes great. People are always trying to jazz it up and do things to it, add things to it to make it taste like this and make it taste like that. You know, but we don't, it's sugary things, right? We get addicted to donuts and things along those lines. We don't get addicted to things that are good for us. There's it's a negative energy. There is a energy here of someone who is addicted to that rush. Addicted to the rush of feeling left out in the cold in a way. You could become addicted to that, right? You see it a lot with like Stockholm Syndrome and things like that. I talk about that in relation to these runners quite often. And that's the energy that's here right now. In spite of all the fucking evidence about how happy they might be, right? All this, the truth there. Somebody is sitting outside the door. And that's on the surface energy. And it is an addiction. They get addicted to a way of life. In a toxic situation, that's why people stay. We've all met somebody at some point where we go, why do they stay with that person? Right? Even sometimes it's abusive even. And you're like, why do they stay? Because that fuels the energy. It calls in the energy of addiction. It's the same kind of thing. You get a rush from it in its own perverse way. Right? So it is what it is. And that's what we have on the surface right now. All of the energy is, and that's why the readings are coming up like communication is possible. Communication we see 8 wands, 2 cups everywhere that we can't get rid of and things like that. But somebody is sitting out in the cold. And I want to find out, I'm going to pull 3 cards on it. I just wanted to explain that to you because it is an energy. And I want you to think about it. We don't get addicted to good things that are good for us. We don't. I mean, I was addicted for a long time to driving fast. I used to love it. I used to go out. I couldn't take a day where I didn't take the car out and go rip up the road. It's not good for me. It's not good for the car. It's not good for my potential health. It never was. Right? And it wasn't good for my ticket budget either. That's it. That's how that energy works. Right? All right, let's see where we go here. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card. So, yeah, they get some kind of I see it a lot in people that like to, usually people that suffer from depression or things like that, but there are times when it feels really good to say no. People, even if they want to do something, they'll say no, and it makes them feel good. They get a rush from it, right? It's a sense of control. It's a very Burger King kind of behavior. Got to have it their way, right? It's real easy to, I always say it's real easy to fail, right? Well, it is. It's real easy to not get the job at the job interview. And if you're a Burger King, if you're someone like that, ego, pride, gotta have it their way, and you like to control things, then it's very easy to control that and say, well, I'm not giving this guy, this person interviewing me the power to say whether I get the job or not. I'm just going to go in and tank the motherfucker. And they will. Subconsciously a lot of times. They'll go in and just tank the interview. And then they feel some kind of sense of control over that. Some kind of sense of, well, it's a rush in a way. It's kind of an adrenaline rush in its own way. No different than that adrenaline rush of those people that get addicted to working out. Working out is great. Addicted to it is not. It leads to all sorts of other negative, you're calling in all sorts of other negative energies, vanity, entitlement, all of it comes rolling in. Start checking yourself in the mirror, can't walk past a mirror without looking. See how, oh, look at that bicep, look at that. Oh, I got to work on that. It's not good energy. It leads to anxiety, and when you get older, it leads to depression because you can't maintain that. You know. All right, I'm still shuffling. The universe wants to talk here, but I need you to understand that energy. All right, underneath it. Right here, bottom of the deck is the moon. It's a very mysterious energy. This is the environmental energy. There's an uneasiness around things. Sometimes at night when we're walking around the woods and it's just lit by the moon, trees, things take shapes, you know, things happen. You think you see things and all of that. That's the kind of feeling I get off of this. Uneasy, right? Hangman, another mysterious, uneasy energy. Yeah, maybe there's a bat hanging in that tree. Somebody here is, whoever this energy is attached to, could be you, I don't know. But I'm pulling on incoming energy. I'm pulling on the soulmate cycle, pulling on incoming energy. This is somebody who is a bit addicted to this feeling, right? They feel like if this ends, everything gets boring. You know, they see this as some kind of excitement on some level, maybe without even realizing it. Okay, a lot of times that's the case. 3 cards across the top. Queen of Cups, center card, 8 cups, and Queen of Cups is red with 10 swords. It's exactly what I just said. They say, again, it's all going to end if I give the cup of love. Just the most love I could pull from the deck. Yeah, this energy is attached to you. It has a lot of love for you. But it feels like it's that example I gave of the job interview, of the Burger King. I got to have it their way, right? going to a job interview. Subconsciously, they can't take somebody else having power over them. So they subconsciously, without even realizing it, tank the interview. You know, some of them do it blatantly. But there's this perverse love of denying themselves something that would make them happy. You saw it in the pre-shuffle, right? I showed it to you. So a lot of love here. But somebody feels like if they give it, then this ends. And they're addicted to this mysterious sort of feeling, this feeling of denying themselves things, this feeling of worry, this feeling of fear, this feeling of sitting in toxin, this feeling of keeping secrets, whatever it is. I will say, in the base energy is 8 cups, all right? There's the opportunity for them in the 3D to walk away from this energy. The opportunity is there. It's up to their free will. So this reading kind of explains for some of you if your person doesn't come in. This is why. They're addicted to not coming in. I'll Sesame Street it up. I'll take all the psychology out of it and just say they're addicted to not coming towards you. It is an addiction. It is leaving themselves out in the cold. So some of them will do this. This reading is on those people. Okay? For some of you, your person will show up and they'll tell you how they feel, probably at the level of a Page of Cups. Sure. I can tell you there's a lot of love here. All right? I can tell you that. And I'm going to pull right now on this 10 swords because it's where all the fear lives. Randomly at the bottom of the witches is 9 swords. It escalates. When they get close to coming in, this energy kicks in. Oh no, I'm not going to have any more. Right? I'm not going to be able to do that again. I could equate it to something like smoking or something like that. I used to do that. I had an addiction for that, like I talk about. I can equate it to that if it helps you understand it better. There are things I wouldn't do because I didn't have enough cigarettes. If I was out cruising around and somebody said, well, you want to go, we'll go up to so-and-so's place. It's about 50 miles up the road. First thing I'd do is check my pack and go, well, I only got 4 cigarettes. I think I need to head home. I wouldn't say I only have 4 cigarettes, I need to head home. I'd just say, I'd look and see there's only 4 and go, I need to head home. This person, that's an addiction. This person is addicted to this feeling of not coming in. This feeling of always in. That's why this soulmate cycle is the way it is. So let's pull on this 10 of swords. Again, this feeling of if I give the cup, it's over. Then my high is gone, my buzz is gone, my stash is empty. That kind of thing. It's not easy energy to understand. A lot of people can't. You have to be able to think about something on multiple levels, not just literally what I'm saying. But it really is that. And there's a lot of people that do that. They feel really good when they reject something, even if they want it. And these are the ones that won't show up. How about that? You won't see a lot of readings out here on YouTube, people pulling on the ones that won't show up. Not a lot of ratings on those readings. I don't much care. I think you should know about this kind of energy in case it's future influence for you. Maybe you meet somebody else that's like this. Don't even waste your fucking time if you do. Or maybe it's something, maybe it's you. Maybe, if you stop and think about it, you go, yeah, I do that. And you can fix it. You can put a stop to it. Why is the 10 swords here? I'm still shuffling. A lot of shuffling in this reading. Yeah. And I'm going to show you the bottom cards. There's 3. Crossing this is temperance. Okay? It makes sense. Whatever's logic, whatever guerrilla logic, guerrilla math this energy is doing, it makes sense to them. No, if I give the love, I gotta love them. I love the Empress, right? They love the DF. I love the DF. But if I make a move and I give that cup, it's over. I don't have the ability to, feel the way I like to feel. Why do they like to feel this way? This makes sense to them. This is their balance point. This is their truth, right? Their temperance. Archangel Michael, right? 3 of Wands, right? Got to have it their way, right? I said, there's the Burger King right there, the King of Wands, right underneath it. They want to control the situation. This guy right here, standing on the shore, the Empress is right there on that boat. Right? He's just standing there. He feels in control. Feels high and mighty up here. All right? Staring out at it. There's an opportunity for them to break this. But they need to get real This energy here, the ones that won't come in, I'm explaining to you why they're not. Has nothing to do with feelings for you. The feelings are deep, huge. All right. The ones that won't come in are just trying to keep control, trying to make their own rules, trying to have it their way. That's all. They've got to get past what they believe is true. And I talked about that within this energy, right? Things are coming back for review, right? So we can't be rigid in our view on them. We can't just hold on to something that we once believed to be true, believing in this or believing in that. We got to be able to at least take a look over the paperwork again and see if it's still true, okay? These runners, the ones that don't come in, aren't doing that. They're just, this is their truth. Got to have that addiction, right? I'm addicted to leaving myself out in the cold. I'm addicted to always being the runner. All right, what's on top? The Wheel of Fortune. The opportunity is there for this to change. This just backs up what I just said. They need to change their truth. Their truth needs to change to the real truth. The real truth is this, okay? The real truth is what you saw in the pre-shuffle. The Sun, right? Four of Wands, you know, all that kind of, Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth, right? Center card, red with the 3 cards I showed you. The Queen of Cups. Until then, their cup will be empty. It's again, got to have it their way. I've talked about this before. She's used to people coming and picking her up and taking her to the water. That's my empty cup. It's my desert queen in the witches. They're used to someone picking them up and taking them to the water. They've got to get up and do it. A new realization needs to come in here. All right? Again, we've got to get past this King of Wands. And underneath it is the Six of Pentacles. Again, the opportunity is there. They know, and the King of Wands, the Burger King, your runner, which they always reflect as this fire energy, wants to do it. They want to. But again, they keep going back to that addiction. Did I want to go with my friend up to that house? Yeah, metaphorical house there in my example? Sure. But I didn't go because if I went, I was going to be out of cigarettes and then I was just going to have a miserable time. It was better just to go home where I had a whole carton. You know, kind of a thing like that. It's the same thing. It's the same damn energy. And now if I give the love, then I won't feel that feeling I feel, that great control feeling I get when I say no. Right? It's the same thing. It's all the same energy, same frequency of energy plays out many different ways in many different situations. Addiction energy, same, no different. It's a frequency of energy. Actually, it's 2 or 3. And they play out the way they play out, depending on surrounding energies and depending on situations. What's red with the Wheel of Fortune? 8 Swords. The opportunity for change is there. The universe is providing it. I said that about the 8 of Cups, and I'm saying it about the Wheel of Fortune. Red with the Wheel of Fortune is 8 Swords. They're doing it to themselves. They're overthinking it. They're worried about it. She worried about, again, everything I just said. It's just the way it is, right there. 8 Swords. 8 Swords of energy. They have the ability, the opportunity is there to change it, but they need to come out of 8 Swords. So for the ones that don't come in, the ones that are not showing up, I want you to know, and if you think that's your person, that's fine. This may be a future influence for you. You may run into somebody like this. If you're like, Steve, this is not my soulmate, but I enjoyed your reading. You're here for a reason. You're not here to enjoy my reading. Okay? You're not. You're here because this could be future influence. You're here to learn something about energy, to spot people's behavior patterns, so that you don't get yourself trapped in with this kind of shit, caught in a feedback loop with this type of energy. All right? So that's pretty much what's it. Let's see what else the energy wants to tell you. I'm going to tell you what here. I'm going to pull on this 8 of Cups. Just for fun, tell me about the 8 of Cups before we go. 1 crossing card and 1 card on top. That's it. All right? So, yeah, I talk about addiction energy a lot because it comes up. And now I've just explained it to you. And if you don't understand it, rewind. It's pretty simple. They're addicted to saying no, just to take it down to its least common denominator. They get a rush from that. We're never addicted to things. The addiction, the energy of addiction, is not attached to things that are good for us. It is not. Absolutely not. And right now, that energy is very strong for whatever reason. I have no idea. It could be an astrological reason. I know Mars and Saturn are doing something right now. That could definitely trigger that kind of energy for sure. But the opportunity is there for sure, especially with Saturn involved, to change things. I said it here and I said it here. Somebody is here. They're caught in it, and this is the card of addiction. This is someone caught in their own trap, in a prison that they created, right? Backing up my whole read. How do you break them from this? You can't. They have to take the opportunity. Only they can get themselves out of it. You don't get anyone out of any kind of addiction that doesn't want to get out of it. You know. All right. Good luck with that. It's that kind of devil energy. It's tasty. It's very tasty. All right, here we go. You can't tell the person that's addicted to working out, for example, fitness addiction, which is a real thing. Lots of therapists having to handle it. You can't tell them you're addicted and you're hurting yourself with this. You're turning into a vain asshole. Stop it. Stop it. No, they won't. And even if they did stop, they'd freak out. They'd have withdrawal symptoms, just like any addiction. They'd freak out. Oh my God, I'm losing definition. Oh my God, I'm not as cut. Oh my God. Yet they look fine. Yet you look at them and you're like, holy shit, you're still chiseled, man. Chill out. No, I'm losing it. No. Yeah. Crazy. It's that kind of energy. It's a devil on your shoulder. Very easy to listen to, that devil. Same thing here. Very easy for this person to listen to this. If I give it, it's all over. Crossing this 8 of Cups is the 6 of Cups. There's something in their past that caused this, that caused them to be like this. There's something they need to let go of. It could be a marriage, it could be a relationship, it could be whatever. Yeah, we get it. This is also for a good number of these runners that fit this bill, or people you might meet in the future that fit this bill. This is an energy that's carried over from past lives. It's carried over. They haven't learned the lesson in past lives, so it's repeating. You know, energy that it's karmic debt. Karmic debt that we don't pay in this lifetime gets carried over into the next one. All right, what's on top? Just for fun, 10 Pentacles. For most of you, this involves their family, how they were raised, core programming. It involves a marriage, a relationship, whatever not the foundation, but the basis of their life is right now. Their 10 Pentacles, the way they're living is. It's all very 8 broken cups. It's all very phony. But you get addicted to that too. If you're in a toxic situation, I see it with the Leo angle and the Leo soap opera. Look, I say a lot of things about that person that's caught in a toxic situation, and just sometimes they want out, and then they don't. They're addicted to that. It is a form of addiction. It is a form of that, of devil energy. It feeds itself. It gets you stuck in a loop, in a feedback loop, which is the very nature of the 8 of Swords. You know, again, they have the opportunity. Energy is here right now for them to get out of it. So some of them will, but for the ones that don't, I want you to understand why. They're basically just an addict. You know, at the end of the day, that's really what it is. Yep. Something about their stability. It's 8 broken cups, a Knight of Cups. They got love wrong. They think where they are is love. They've got themselves convinced of that. Why? So that they can keep saying no, which is what the addiction is, leaving themselves out in the cold, saying no to something real, to their 9 cups, walking away from 8 broken cups toward 9 cups. So they get themselves convinced that it's love. Nope, it is what it is. If I walk away from this, I'm walking away from love. No. It was the Temperance card crossing here with the King of Wands and all that. It's their truth. Their truth, the truth that they believe to be true, is being told to them by a devil on the shoulder, by that addiction energy, just like any addict. They believe they need it. Okay? That's the problem. That's what you got to get past for any addiction, whether it's smoking or drinking or any of that stuff, or fitness addiction, or an addiction to saying no to things that are good for you, that move your life forward. Whatever it is, you feel like you need that thing, right? I need that. No, you don't. Once you realize you don't need it, right? They don't need it. That's the end of the day. You got to realize you don't need it. And that's just what it is. Will they? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's ask the universe to be predictive here. Let's see. Let's pull on. This is our second Knight of Cups. Let's take the Knight of Cups with the 8 of Cups energy, and let's see. See where we go here. Ten Swords. Right? Knight of Cups with the Eight of Cups energy. Will they? No, not till they get, that ties to this Ten Swords. Ten Swords, Ten Swords, not till they get past this. Again, the opportunity is there. But again, nope. There's just, if I go toward the Empress, I'll just make an example for you. If I go toward the Empress and I give that love that I feel, it's over. I won't have that buzz anymore from saying no. I'll lose control is often how the King of Wands thinks about it. So that's why. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with how they feel about you. No, I pulled the most love I could pull from the deck. It's just an energy of addiction. Everything is energy. Addiction is energy. It's actually about 3 frequencies of devil energy, 3 different levels, affecting everyone differently, not all at the same time generally. This is a very mild one, to be honest. This is someone who just continually rejects anything that might take them toward their 9 cups. That's all. It boils down to core programming. It boils down to some kind of security or status. It boils down to whatever their 10 of Pentacles is. And it boils down to them getting love wrong. Putting emphasis, value on the wrong things. Or too much value on the wrong things, I should say. That's your reading. So some of them won't come in. I know the readings do show a lot of communication. But again, this energy is here. I've been smelling it. I can smell it. It's just there. It's not a real smell, but it kind of has a smell. It smells like, what is it, like when you overcook a hot dog. That's what it smells like. Really, I mean, I'm talking burnt to a crisp, overcooked hot dog. Not a high quality one, a low quality hot dog. Like a school lunch program hot dog, you know, like that, overcooked. That's what it smells like. It's not a real smell. It's just the frequency of the energy. It's what it is. So, again, it's not you, it's them. At the end of the day, you should know there's a lot of love here. A lot. Knight of Cups came up twice. They think about it all the time, but they got to get past this propensity to, oh, but if I leave myself out in the cold, if I say no, I feel really good. You know, it does. It makes them feel really good to say that. And again, it's a control issue more than anything else. All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. It's certainly informative. Again, if you come across someone like this in the future, if this isn't your person, just avoid it. Okay? It's nothing but trouble. It'll cause you nothing but trouble. Okay? They got to get past their own shit. You're never going to get them past it. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Should have been. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.